You want to talk about Alien for a little bit?
Nope. No. Don't. The 143rd episode of AniPro.
Yeah, Mari Krabu Weebs. My name is Cole. His name is Mike. His name is Jay. We like anime, and this is episode 143 of AniPro. And on this week's episode, we're doing something kind of funky, kind of fun, kind of funny. We each picked 3 shows for each one of our hosts that they watched that we're interested in. It's difficult to explain, but you'll get it. You'll get it in the second half.
You'll get it. Yeah, we'll hold Jay. Maybe, Jay will explain his mad idea here. It makes sense when he explains it. It's a good idea.
It makes sense when I don't explain it. Is the key thing. It's the key thing. Yeah. So welcome to AniPro, everybody. I mean, just some housekeeping off the top. If you're interested in keeping up with us as a podcast, you can go to our website or check the description below. Join our Discord. Consider supporting us on Patreon. All kinds of fun stuff. Links in the description, like I said, or at our website, AniProPod.com. We're going to try doing a thing up at the top, but we're working the kinks out.
Yeah. We got kinks. Let us be a little kinky for a little bit here.
Let us be a little kinky.
Speaking of kinky, though, I've got a game to play for us.
Oh, I was going somewhere with a segue. I was going to say we got kinks, like the Nostromo did in the Alien movie. I've been binging the Alien movies.
Very, very timely, especially after your Alien rant that you left in the podcast last week.
Did I? What was I talking about in the Alien movies?
Just how you've just love Alien movies.
Oh, I love Alien movies.
And how you went to see Alien Romulus. I think you went to see it.
I did go to see Alien Romulus. It is a certified 7 out of 10. But I'll go again.
Movies. Yeah.
I will go again. You know what, Mike, though? The first 2 Alien movies, certified classics. Excellent movies. Alien 3.
Could be a 7 out of 10. Alien
3? Overly hated. I didn't think it was that bad.
Like a 6?
Yeah. It's David Fincher, Mike. It's your favorite director. Fight Club. Yeah. Zodiac.
Oh, I like that. I like those 2 movies.
Yeah.
He's my favorite director now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I know that you like Fight Club.
I do like Fight Club. I do actually I really like the Zodiac movie. I just actually saw a thing on TikTok where someone was declaring their grandfather the Zodiac killer.
Interesting.
It had pretty good evidence. Anyway. Yeah.
That's a good movie, too. Zodiac's a great movie.
Great
Alien
movie.
4.
Very long.
Yeah. Alien 4, Alien Resurrection. Bad movie.
What about Aliens?
Aliens? Good movie. Alien 1 and 2. Aliens
what
is
about Alien
2.
versus Predator?
I was going to ask that one.
You know what? I just watched that one.
ABP.
I just watched that one before jumping on here, and let me tell you, it's better than Alien Resurrection. It's a fun movie. It's a fun.
It's fun.
It's a fun, goofy movie.
Yeah.
So I've got Alien versus Predator Requiem I gotta watch. I have to watch Prometheus, and then I gotta watch Alien Covenant, and then I gotta go rewatch Romulus. And next week, dear listener, I will give you my tier list.
Oh, good. We get to talk about Alien 3 weeks in a row.
Oh, God.
Hey, it's timely. It's topical.
It is?
Yes.
Well, I mean, Romulus
just came out.
That's true. Romulus just came out.
Yeah. Okay, Mike, I'm done my spiel.
Okay. Cole needed to get that out. Jay, do you have anything you need to get out before we play our game?
Yeah, I'm really excited to play this game that Mike crafted for us.
Thank you. So Jay had this great idea last week that he just sprung upon us with this really complicated, confusing game of rank these 5 things without knowing what comes next. Cole kind of got the concept, but didn't quite get there. He found his way in the end.
I got it in the end. Yeah. I just didn't understand it at the beginning.
Yeah. But I wanted to come up with something similar.
Okay.
So I was going to do a taller or shorter for anime characters.
Okay.
And you guys just have to guess if they're, because ages and heights in anime kind of don't make a lot of sense sometimes, right?
Okay.
So I thought that was where I was going with it. And then in my research, because I was going to do hot male characters as the theme of that. So I have this list, and maybe we'll do it in another episode.
Okay.
But in my research, I
Mike
came across
has a list of hot
better
male
idea.
characters.
I do, and their heights.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm saving it for a rainy day. But in my research, I was trying to figure out what are hot male characters. 'Cause I feel like I'm probably not a great judge of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I stumbled across this tier list, and a game we're going to play instead is Guess the Tier.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And the tier list that we're going to use is hottest Pokemon.
Okay.
And we're not talking fire type. We're talking wow, you know?
Yeah,
Like smash
We're
or
talking
pass.
Yeah.
Smash or pass, yeah.
But like
So-
it's your classic tier. Like what are the tiers? S, A, B, C, D.
So I'm using the community rankings
Okay.
because I feel like that's fairer.
Mhm.
Okay.
But this one they changed the rankings. The S tier is super sexiest. OMG. Oh wait, actually, yes. OMG, I want to smash them right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Number 2 is sexy, then all right, not bad. And then the bottom tier is what the F is this? And the second one from the bottom is no. So you can use that as a guiding scale for where you guys think these Pokemon land.
So
Okay,
hold
wait,
on. How
wait,
many
wait,
tiers
wait,
are there?
There's SSS,
Okay.
and then the standard S through F.
Okay.
So A, B, C, D, E, F.
Okay.
Okay.
We copy, gentlemen?
A, B, C,
Okay.
D, E, F are the tiers.
Correct.
SSS. Sorry.
Triple S,
Yeah.
S, A, B, C, D,
Should
E,
be
F.
an extra S in there. S, A, B, C, D,
E, and F.
F, G,
Nope. Stop.
Z.
Z.
Stop.
It's pronounced Z, everyone, not Z.
Yeah. Yes. Indubitably. Okay. Who's ready to go?
Yep.
I was born
I'm
ready
as
to
ready
rank
as I'll ever be.
Pokemon.
Okay. I'm going to try
Under
to keep it to one
sexiness.
Cole and no, because I don't feel like he knows all these Pokemon.
Mhm.
Thank you.
So let's start with the queen of Pokemon.
Okay.
Okay.
Nido Queen. Where do you think
Nido
she
Queen.
ranks in this
Hold
one?
on, let me look.
Yeah.
Nido Queen.
You can use visual aids if you need some work or some mental images to help you picture how sexy these Pokemon are.
I'll go with the B on this one.
B. Okay.
Yeah.
I was also thinking B, but like, I'm a terrible judge because I would rank all these probably F.
Okay.
Okay.
well,
Okay. Jay's coming out strong. So you're both saying B?
yeah, I'm going B. Yeah,
Wow,
she's
you're-
got yeah.
she's got the chest area.
She's got like
the,
some
big
feminine
ears.
proportions, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
D, gentlemen.
D.
Oh,
So
interesting.
not yeah, interesting. You got to remember, there's some Pokemon that love to be sexualized, I think is the way I'd put it.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Okay.
Okay.
I should have
Okay.
more faith in the
Next.
community than just than not.
I don't.
Oh,
I don't have any
No,
faith in the
have
community.
zero faith. Here we go. Here's one Jay's
The fact
familiar
that we're
with,
doing
even though
this.
he denies it. Vaporeon.
Well, I mean, for the memes, I'm gonna go with A tier.
A.
Yeah.
Okay.
For the memes, SSS.
SSS?
Yeah.
Well, cut it right in the middle. S tier. S
Yeah.
tier according to the community.
Yeah.
Yeah, that checks
Does
out.
it say how many people have made tier lists here? No, it doesn't. That's too bad. It's a
The
lot.
community. I like that this is a community that we're referencing.
Well, there's quite a few tier lists here, so.
R/
Okay.
is this Pokemon hot?
I don't know what. That's probably actually a community.
There
Jay,
probably
the
is a
funny part.
subreddit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cole.
Yeah.
Do you know who Blaziken is?
I can find. That's the chicken, right?
Yeah, the flame chicken from Gen 3.
It evolves from a
Yes,
penis.
I do know.
Okay. It evolves from a what?
From a penis. Have you not seen Combuskin before?
No.
It's a what?
It literally
Now
looks
I
like
need to
a
do some
like
Googling.
a balls.
Oh yeah, he kind of does.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
it kind of does. Yeah,
Yeah, his legs kind of
Yeah.
look like balls.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
got a little decoration on the on the tip too.
Yeah. All right. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Jay. Yeah. That's good. That's a good take. That's a good
Yeah,
take. Anyway, and Blaziken.
Because he evolves from a dick and balls, as Jay so eloquently put it, I'm gonna go with S tier on this one.
S tier. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, he evolves from a dick to balls.
Valid,
Do I have to
valid.
censor that? I don't.
I was
think it'd be
thinking that you did, which is why I didn't want to say it too much.
I'm going to
it's
censor
funnier if
half
you
of
do.
them.
Okay. Making production decisions right now. I like it.
I'm gonna censor, but like you censor like half of the phrase, so
Mhm.
it's like I'm gonna censor a beep and.
Yeah. Yeah.
you go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the other time it'll be the other way around.
Just so
Jay,
people can
rank-
understand. I'm gonna go with
Rank
B tier.
Blaziken.
B tier.
Yeah, B for
Alright.
Blaziken.
For Blaziken. Nice. I like it. C
For
tier.
balls.
C tier.
C tier.
C.
Yeah.
You know what starts with C?
What?
Chicken.
Chicken.
Chicken. Okay, good. Yeah, that's
You know
where
what
I thought
else
you were
they
going
call a
with.
chicken?
A chicken.
Okay.
And a rooster.
The rooster. Exactly. Yeah.
A rooster, yeah. Or a
You
hen.
know what does a rooster say?
Good morning.
Someone out there got all those jokes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, I
keep
know.
going.
Oh, trust me, we know. We know. Who should I go with next? What's a confusing one here? What's a confusing one?
Make me question
with,
myself.
I'm gonna make you question yourself here. Let's go with
Mr. Mime.
no Latias.
So like the jet plane.
The red one. Yeah.
Yeah.
How hot and sexy is the
Okay.
Latias?
Okay. I'm gonna like
All right,
go
hear me
galaxy
out.
brain here.
SSS tier.
I'm gonna go galaxy
okay.
brain here. There are
Defend
people
yourself.
that associate Latias with like the girl from the Pokemon Heroes movie.
Okay.
So I think those people
Okay.
would rate Latias higher.
Okay.
So
I will point out that Latios is not in this list at all. So you have probably actually you're dialed in to the Pokemon hot ranking community here.
I don't know what that says about me, but sure, I'll take it.
It's maybe a culture you should explore more, Jay, because it sounds like they're kind of your people.
I'm gonna go with.
Just laughs. He's just like, I'm gonna skip.
I was gonna say B tier, but like, or I was gonna say A tier, but I don't think it's that high.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with B tier.
Okay. I'm gonna go C.
See?
Yeah.
I take back everything I said about Jay. Cole, you're much more dialed in. It is in fact C tier. I think you both have found your people.
These are my
Nice.
people.
Well, I think
not a
stuck
furry.
with that
Cole's the
one.
furry.
Cole, not a furry. Confirmed.
Yeah. What about Jolteon? Jolteon. I feel like that's a tricky one.
I'm gonna say D
'Cause
tier.
Vaporeon's obviously kind of sexy, right?
Yeah.
Vaporeon.
Jolteon's
Not
very
Jolteon.
I'm gonna say
spiky.
D tier, too pointy.
Yeah. D tier.
Pointy. Okay. C tier. C tier close.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Yeah. The easiest one that you'll have today, Gardevoir.
SSS.
Yeah.
Easy.
What do you think the other SSS is?
Lopunny.
Correct. It's obvious. It's
Yeah.
okay. And then
Yeah.
the final. Yeah.
Cole. Well, look up Lopunny. You'll understand.
Yeah. Google Lopunny right now. Listener, Google Lopunny right now. She literally has. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. We'll do this.
She's
Is a
got
live
them thighs.
reaction.
Yeah. I wouldn't be
Okay.
surprised if some Rule 34 stuff came up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got one.
Yeah.
we got some censored ones here too.
You cannot
Let's-
be a Pokemon fan without understanding that those two Pokemon are
Hold on.
beloved? Question mark?
Hold on. This is a live reaction. I am decensoring one of these, okay?
Oh no.
Oh, that's not even that bad. Okay. Yeah, moving on.
Okay. Anyway, Machamp. You don't know what Machamp looks like?
No, I just want to get a
Oh, you want a
sense.
visual
That's
cue,
Nugdeep's
okay.
favorite Pokemon.
It is Nugdeep's favorite Pokemon.
Yeah,
Our recently married
Forearms.
friend. Yeah.
it's like Goro from
We're
Mortal
in a
Kombat.
Speedo.
We're in the
Muscular.
Speedo. Yeah,
I'm gonna say
I'll go
B
B.
tier. Yeah.
yeah. No, you know what? There's two S's. I'm gonna go A. I keep
Okay,
forgetting
it's-
that there's two
It's
S's.
E tier. You guys, you're off the mark with that one.
E tier?
E?
Off the mark. E.
Really?
Yeah, real low. Real low.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hmm. I
Um,
don't know. He's got like
Okay.
a duck bill though. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, that's true.
that is kind of
And
true.
like the thing on his head is a little weird.
I mean, whatever.
I think it's partially too, because it's just like a very masculine looking Pokemon.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah.
if you look at the top here, it's very feminine. Okay, last one here.
All right.
Let's go with Zoroark. One Cole probably doesn't know.
Ooh.
I feel like this is a tricky one.
It is a tricky one. Because, like, I feel like
in
it
my
could be
opinion, it could
anywhere
go
on the tier
anywhere.
list.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm gonna go. You know what? Let's
I'll
bust
go
out the funnies. I'm gonna go F for furry.
F for furry.
I'm going A.
Cole says A?
I'm going A because furry. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Jay?
Yeah.
You have lost your credibility within this community because it's A tier. Cole, you're a certified... You made this list,
Well, Cole
practically.
is the furry of the podcast.
Yeah.
No comment on that one.
Yep. For reference, Lucario's an S tier as well. Lucario.
For reference, like F-U-R?
F-U-R, yeah.
I was gonna say that too. What does Lucario look like? Hold on.
Yeah.
You know,
then
like
Jay,
the
I
dog
don't
in
even
yours?
know. That one's lame. Lucario is triple S? Is that what you
just
said?
single
No,
S.
just S. Just single S.
Nah. That one I disagree with.
The lowest one is Toxapex, for the record. And Celesteela? Because, like, who's sexualizing Celesteela? Anyway.
Was Muck on the list?
No, that's a curious question, though, Jay. Why do you want to know?
Okay, let's quickly rank Muck.
Muck?
F
Yeah,
tier.
where would Muck be? I feel
F-tier.
Hmm.
it's got that goo, though.
Yeah,
And
he's got
also
that
Muck
goo.
spelled backwards.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, exactly. Jay, you're
Exactly,
arguing
yeah.
for him.
But like
Or
at the same
them.
time, it's just a pile of goo.
It's a pile of toxic
Oh
sludge.
yeah, it is.
Literally. I'm gonna
SSS.
go SSS.
What about Cloister?
We should move on. Jay's getting riled up. Jay, what have you been reading lately? Because I want to know now. It's clearly infiltrated your brain.
Yeah.
No, you've infiltrated my brain with this like.
Yeah, I have.
That was a very suggestive inflection on your voice there. I need to know.
Gentlemen, what we reading? What are we
Yeah,
reading?
Yeah.
What are we
been
well,
reading?
Jay, what are you reading? You have to answer us now. We need to know.
So I've kind of been like on a bit of like a sabbatical from manga.
What?
Okay.
Well, like I mean I read Jump and all that, but like the thing I'm kind of obsessed with right now is a novel called Shadow Slave.
Oh, okay. You've talked about this thing before on the podcast.
Yeah. It's a fantasy novel that releases new chapters every day. Somehow the author is able to write every day. I thought like, oh, he's probably got it already done and just uploads them daily. No. He writes chapters daily for the day that they're supposed to go up. I don't understand how he does it.
Does it like come out 7 days a week?
Yeah.
So this guy just literally never takes a break.
Pretty much, yeah.
Jeez, how is this guy's a machine or person's a machine,
He
I guess.
absolutely is. Like he says, like he wakes up, he walks his dog, and then he basically writes the 2 chapters for the day, and then like starts
2 chapters a day.
Yeah.
What? How long are these chapters?
Like they used to be like 1,000 words per chapter, but recently he's been like pushing himself to do like 3,000 words per chapter.
What?
And there are currently
Get this man some help.
1,800 chapters out right now, so it's longer than One Piece.
Oh my god. Oh my god. And you have no hope of ever catching up because it's just...
Yeah, no, there is no hope.
There's just a new chapter every day.
2 new chapters every day.
2 new chapters every day.
Yeah.
And they're each 1,000. I've never read 1,000 words in my life. I don't think.
Dune is like more than a million words.
Chapters? Yeah, how many chapters are out, Jay?
1,800, I think like 1,810. Something like that.
Doing some math.
Beep, 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 beep,
Yeah,
beep, bop,
get the
beep.
calculator out. There are 1.8 million words if it's 1,000 words a chapter. So there's there's probably at least 2 million words you got to read to catch up here. That scared me. I didn't like that one.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know what scared me? The
What's
fact
that?
there's 2 new chapters of the show every day.
Every day.
I almost said every week.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
If I could give some advice to this author, take a break.
Take a break. It's
Just
okay. You've earned it.
He's dedicated. He's committed.
You've earned it.
Take Sundays off. It's the day of rest. I don't know. I don't do 7 days a week. That's crazy.
Yeah. Is the story good though, Jay?
It's very good. It's very good. It's like a dark fantasy story.
Okay.
About how do I explain this in a way that makes it sound appealing? Because I feel like anyway I can explain
not 2 new chapters every day, and you will catch up eventually.
This book is about a guy named Sunny who lives in a dystopian future where some people are forced to periodically visit a magical world and battle terrible monsters. If they survive, they receive special powers. Does that sound correct, Jay?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's kind of like what was that manhwa that just got adapted that everybody was losing
Solo
their minds
Leveling?
over? Solo Leveling, kind of?
A little bit, but like in terms of that basic structure, yes. But there's so much more depth to it than Solo Leveling.
Well, yeah, if you're putting out 2 chapters a day.
Yeah.
You gotta find a way to be able to put out 2 chapters a day. And hey, that's world building. That's padding out the runtime.
Yeah,
baby.
it's also
you know what doesn't pad out the runtime? Alien.
Cole, how many Alien movies are actually like good?
I don't know, 4 or 5.
Padding. Everything else is padding.
So for the record, Shadow Slave on Goodreads is 4.57 with 1,037 ratings.
Yeah.
So yeah,
out of what, 5?
Jay's out of 5. Yeah, Jay's cooking here.
No,
cooking.
it like
and on
genuinely.
Web Novel, it's 4.7.
It's got like some of the best world building I've read in a novel, and like kind of like how One Piece will do like that thing where it introduces something and then like 500 chapters later it'll like follow up on that.
Yeah, it's cool. It feels like such a payoff when they do that. Hey?
And then also it's got like this kind of like Berserk like horror aspect to it. Like there's this early arc about a tree that's just like peak. It's so good.
That's some tree.
I love tree. I have a cool fact before we finish talking about Shadow Slave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know when Shadow Slave started, Jay?
Like 2 years ago?
2022, March of 2022. He's put out 1,828 chapters in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if we did a podcast every day?
Chapters a day then.
Could you imagine if we were one of those podcasts that put out an episode every day?
I'd cry.
I would cry.
Yeah.
I would cry.
And he said that we're halfway through the story right now.
That's nuts.
No, it's only another 2 years.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, you got to.
Mike,
4-year runtime, 4,000 chapters. Did you ask me what I've been reading?
What have you been reading, Mike?
Yeah. So I've been reading, on quotation marks. Recently, I've just been listening to, the reason I use quotation marks because I listen to audiobooks. I can't be, I'm a busy boy. I can't be sitting around reading text, you know?
Yeah.
I started listening to How Do You Live, the book that inspired the most recent Ghibli film known as The Boy and the Heron. And I haven't quite made it all the way through it yet. I'm about 2/3 through. And it's a very interesting book because it's like essentially has nothing to do with the movie as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
It's Cole, have you checked this one out? Because I know you were quite a huge fan of The Boy and the Heron.
No, I just in all of the reviews they said like it's based on this book, but it's really more like he called it How Do You Live because it more just inspired him for this book.
That makes more sense.
Or for this movie. Yeah.
Because it's basically like this young boy, his name's Copper, which is short for Copernicus. And basically it's just him going to school, hanging out with friends, and then his uncle, who's like this like kind of wise old man, just will like basically it's like Aesop's fables where he just like something will happen and then he'll learn a valuable life lesson through it. Like there's one kid that in his school is getting bullied because he's like kind of poor or whatever, and then he learns the lesson by going over there that he's not poor, his family's just very hardworking, they have a business they have to maintain and stuff and blah blah blah. And it's interesting, but it's kind of like, it's just not at all what I expected when I went into it, because it's just, you're expecting the boy and the heron, right? But like a little bit different. But it is essentially just like a bunch of like little like short stories that with like a moral at the end. So I'd almost call it like fables more than anything. But it's good so far, and they're good fables too. So I'm gonna keep listening, see what it's all about. I think it might end off with like a bit of more of a story to it. I could be wrong, but I don't know. I'm 2/3 through right now. I've just basically learned a couple life lessons.
It's all about learning. Well, I mean, remember in The Boy and the Heron, the main character does, like, one of the books that he reads was How Do You Live?
Yeah.
And of course, like, the layman wouldn't notice that because they wouldn't know that that's the name of the movie. I stand by it. They should have just called it How Do You Live? The Boy and the Heron's a weird title.
It's simpler to understand for a small brain person like me, I'd say. Boy and the Heron kind of has a better catch to it.
Well, I mean, that is literally what it's about. It's not a bad title. I didn't see the issue with How Do You Live. I like that title. It's more mysterious. It's more intriguing to me. The Boy and the Heron sounds too Disneyfied to me. I think is
probably why they did it, because then we've talked about before. We've talked about that before, but it sells better.
And I mean, also,
I like to bring up things that we've talked about before.
Ghibli's kind of associated with Disney in the West because, like, it's like it was a Disney property over here.
Yeah.
So, like, it does make sense that it kind of has that Disneyfied aspect to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, Mike's learning lessons, reading about Copernicus or Copper and his uncle. Isn't it kind of the opposite too? Like, he moves from the country to the city, whereas in Boy and the Heron, he moves from the city to the country.
I don't think he moves in this book at all. I don't remember him moving. He's basically just starting. I think he's in middle school, and his name's not actually Copper or Copernicus.
Yeah.
They just call him that because if there's one of the first stories is about him realizing that it was his uncle was telling him how Copernicus discovered that everything doesn't revolve around the Earth, which was Nikola Copernicus's big thing. And he explains, like, at the time it was a crazy idea. Everyone called him a madman, and then in the end he was right. He's like,
"You're mad.
You're mad. Sometimes you're nuts. Sometimes you gotta be the madman to be the smart guy, I guess."
That's what I keep telling everybody.
That's right. Cole, what have you been reading or listening to?
Well, Jay's been like, Jay sent me 2 recommendations for manga in the past week. And let me tell you, Jay.
Yeah.
Your streak keeps going. Absolute bangers from Jay.
Let's go!
Jay's got a big streak.
Yeah. So first of all, let me talk about the one that's a little bit weaker, and that's only because there's only 2 chapters of it out right now. But I like the 2 chapters. Of course, I only have the Japanese names because they're new. They haven't really been translated. So it's Momose Akira no Hatsukoi Hatanchu. It's basically about this girl who likes this boy, but that's the twist, because the way that she, like, acts around the boy, she kind of seems like she hates him.
Yeah.
Like, hates him. So her, like, flirting style is very, like, I don't know, it's just your classic, like, misunderstanding romance.
Like, she's trying hard to flirt with him, but, like, it comes across as like she's being mean to him.
Yeah.
So, like, the end of the chapter, like, the whole chapter will be like she's mean to the guy, and he'll kind of say something at the very end where, like, she'll take it as like, oh, he likes me.
Yeah, and then she'll go talk to her friends, and she'll be like, oh, I did so well for myself. I went out and I, like, talked to him, and I did a good job. It's like Homie Can't Communicate kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's new, which is the great thing. Art is pretty good in it as well. I'm enjoying it. But more than that, the absolute peak, the masterpiece that Jay has suggested
the Mona
to
Lisa.
me. The Mona Lisa is Hukago Hitaku Biuri, which this one I do have a translation for.
It would be
what? Hokago Kitaku Biori, or Journey Home After School. It's basically about a boy who used to play soccer, but he injured himself, so he can't play anymore. And the start of the manga is all of the clubs are like coming and asking him to play, and he's got to explain to everybody, and he just says like, oh, I want to go home. Well, there's a hyper go home club at school, hyper go home club, which is essentially one person is this eccentric girl. And yeah, they just kind of have like these little mini adventures on their way home. It's very sweet, very cute, very good. I like this one a lot. This one will be a continuation of...
Seems very up your alley. It seems like another smoking and behind the supermarket with you type thing, but like with a Genki girl instead.
It gave me kind of like Insomniacs After School vibes a little bit.
Yeah. And like, it's not all just cutesy stuff. Like there was one recent chapter that kind of got pretty heavy where the boy kind of reminisces on how he can't play soccer anymore. And it gets very touching and stuff. I could see this one going far. I'd love to see an anime of this one as well. I think it would lend itself well. Colorful characters, a lot of fun. Again, good art. A bit more cartoony for sure. Like more shonen art style wise.
I kind of like the art style though. It's kind of it's cute for sure.
Exactly. Yeah.
This one actually kind of interests me a little bit. Actually, I might read it too.
It's also
I would check it out.
Yeah, I mean, it's got a mean score of 81% on AniList. So
yeah, it's clearly well liked.
Yeah,
and you get like a good chunk of it too. There's 26 chapters out as of recording right now, so you can get like a good sense of the story and everything.
Yep. And I am a sucker for the seinen tag too, so that
maybe
and they're both
is my target demographic, right? So
both of their last names are Sato. It's cute. It's fun.
What a
I like
coincidence.
Yeah, I like this kind of stuff. So. Those are my two things that I wanted to bring up. But I mean, if you guys got more, I could quickly find a couple more things.
I have another one I could talk about, but let Jay go first. We'll maintain the order. We must maintain order here.
We must.
Crap. Mike, you go first. Let me scramble.
Okay. I recently completed the first year of Classroom of the Elite, which is concluded with volume, I think, 11.5. Is that correct, Jay?
Yep.
Yeah. And so that brings me current with the anime now. So I'm caught up. I haven't yet checked out year 2. So I'm just kind of like, the first thought I'll have is that I think that it always was going to be this way, but I think that the audiobooks or the books in general for Classroom of the Elite do a much better job than the anime ever could. Just because it's so like it's so mind gamey and in people's heads that like that stuff never translates well to screen, right?
It's very hard to convey thought in a visual or like a visual audio medium. Right.
And I think that the books are actually genuinely like pretty good. Like they're not masterpieces, I wouldn't say, but like they're definitely very good, and I'm enjoying them thoroughly. I will say it's funny though how like you get like this weird like sunk cost fallacy to it a little bit, or just like when at the moment there's certain things that I didn't enjoy, and then when you look back on it, you look back fondly on it. It's kind of weird. Like there's this one scene in it that I think I might have brought it up before, but I for sure talked to Jay about it before, where they literally have a penis measuring contest.
Yeah.
And at the time I'm like, what am I listening to? Like, why am I reading this right now? Why am I listening to a bunch of high school boys discuss penis sizes with each other and like rank them? And then like, it plays out exactly the way you think it does is the funny part. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it known? There's a funny name for it, Jay. What's that?
The T-Rex.
The T-Rex scene. That's right. And why is it called the T-Rex scene?
Because
please explain.
Because Ayano Koji, you can probably fill in the blanks.
Much like his brain, he is gifted in many ways. He is the smartest, he's the handsomest, he's the most capable, and he is swinging.
He's packing.
He's packing the heat. Yeah, no, it's funny how like you look back on like weird things like that fondly, even though at the time I was kind of like, what's going on? But
very memorable scene.
It's very memorable. It's not in the anime. I can 100% see why it didn't cut from the anime.
Yeah, I mean,
it shouldn't have made it in the anime.
I remember when the anime came out, I was like browsing Reddit and people were like, why did they include the scene? I was like, why? Like, what?
Why would they?
Why would they? Why was this a scene you were looking forward to?
Yeah, people were genuinely like sad because it would have been this last season. I think that it would have came in. Great stories though. I'm looking forward to finding out how year 2 goes because it seems to have left off on quite the cliffhanger, and that's really all I have to say about that. Jay, did you scramble yet?
Not. I mean,
okay.
Cole, did you find something?
I got some.
Okay,
yeah, I got some.
Go.
Two things really quick. First of all, for all of the people who are caught up on My Dress Up Darling, like I recently got caught up on it.
Yes.
I'm not going to spoil anything. I just want to say an absolute masterclass in like tone swap.
Yeah.
Like for the last like few months in the manga, it's just been dark and depressing. And like, I don't want to read it because it's like, oh my God, like it's just so like
melodramatic.
And then like at the end of the chapter, they just like completely inverted everything. Everything is completely reversed. Wonderful. I love it. Now, Mike, you reminded me of something with your penis measuring thing. Mike recently recommended to me to read because like Mike, I don't read. Listen to the audiobook for Hail Mary by
Project Hail Mary. Yeah.
By
Andy Weir.
Andy Weir.
Guy who did The Martian.
Guy who did The Martian. Mike, I got about 20 minutes into it because I couldn't listen to him talk about how much it hurt to remove the catheter anymore. I couldn't. He just kept going on and on about the catheter.
Just skip that chapter or skip it.
Like I had to shut it off. I'm like blacking out, like going tunnel vision because I can't like.
That's like right at the beginning when he wakes up and he like accidentally like rips it out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that is what happens.
It makes you cringe in a different way, that would for sure, because you're just like,
not in a cringy way. It's in like I don't like this.
Yeah.
I don't like this kind of way. So yeah, I had to. I just you reminded me of that, and I haven't had a chance to tell you that I did try it. It was a few weeks ago, and I would suggest skipping forward like just a minute or whatever, because I think it resolves itself pretty quick after that. It went on for so long. Mike.
Oh. I don't know what to tell you then.
Yeah. Well written, very eccentric. Probably too well written for my tastes.
That's funny. Quickly before Jay goes, speaking of crazy chapters of manga and big things happening, Jujutsu Kaisen too. Yeah, ending right away. I've been reading that as well, and there was a moment that happened very recently that was like this last chapter was basically like things that people have been waiting for a long time are happening.
We're so back, baby.
Yeah, we're so back.
We're
for
so
another
back.
So happy.
Yeah. Jay, do you have anything else before we dive out of this section and into the mailbag?
You don't have to, Jay. It's okay. You did say you were on a sabbatical from reading.
Man, Shadow Slave has been taking up my entire life.
I mean, 2 chapters a day is
I have caught up. I'm caught up.
Yeah.
Also, there's an audiobook. If reading's not your thing, I genuinely recommend this book.
To it.
Genuinely read it.
How is there an audiobook for this?
Yeah.
How is there an audiobook? Are they recording 2 chapters a day as well?
No.
Jay, are you doing this audiobook?
It's probably
me.
Jay Garrity and Sama here. Yeah. I'm going to look it up. Shadow Slave audiobook.
I mean, that's fine, Jay. Yeah. We can all be obsessed with things. You can be obsessed with your book. Mike can be obsessed with like, whatever.
My eyes have been bloodshot just like reading chapters on my phone. Rereading.
I've been watching the cinematic masterpiece that is the Alien anthology. You know, we all got our things. We all got our things.
We all got our things that we're doing.
You guys want to dive in? Go for a little swim?
Sure.
Yeah, quick swim.
It's time for the mailbag.
Yeah, it's mailbag time. If you've got a mailbag question, you can send it to us over at our website, AniProPod.com/mailbag. Go figure. Or on our Discord. Sorry, on our Discord. We have a whole channel there specifically for mailbag questions. This one is a mailbag question from our Discord. It's also a patron priority mailbag question. Wee woo. This one comes from Mog. Simple question, boys. Easy one.
Mm-hmm.
Muffin or donut? Question mark.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Now, I think I'm gonna go donut on this one. Straight up, just give me a donut.
Yeah?
Yeah, nondescript. Like if somebody just says, do you want a muffin or a donut?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm picturing.
No follow-up questions?
I don't know what kind it is on either end.
Mm-hmm.
No follow-up questions. What are you taking? I'm probably going donut in that case.
I think for me, it depends how hungry I am. I like both. Let's get that out of the way first. I like a muffin. I like a donut.
Of course.
Who doesn't, right? Who doesn't? But I think I can see more situations I go for the muffin because I do love a good muffin, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Whereas I feel like most times a donut just sounds like it's just, and this is because I'm an old man. Cole called me an old man because I always am. And
well, hold on, say what you're going to say and then I'll comment.
It's just too much sugar for my old bones, you know?
Old man.
Old, so old. And just, I don't know. And here's the thing. I do like a Raisin Bran donut or a Raisin Bran muffin. Ancient. Or a carrot cake muffin. Oh, buddy.
Dusty old man.
Dusty old man.
Both go excellently with a hot cup of coffee, though, which is something I really enjoy.
Would you like a walker, Mike?
Yeah.
I actually would like a walker. My old
would you
bones
like
are aching.
Handicapped sign for your car?
Yeah, I would. I recently had Krispy Kreme donuts because they just came to our city for the first time, and they're quite good. I will say.
I've heard they're very good.
Yep. Mm-hmm. They go downhill in quality quickly with time, though. I'll say.
Okay.
Fresh is best.
You gotta have them fresh
as usual. Yeah.
Do you have to get a box, or can you just get like one?
I think you can just get one. We got a box though because it's a long wait for them. So
yeah,
there's like literally like when it opened here, it was like an 8-hour line to get a box of donuts.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I ain't doing that.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. To answer the question though, I feel like if it were donut versus cupcake, it would be much more of a contentious question. But I'm picking donut every time. I feel. If I want a sweet, nice pastry, I'd probably go for the donut.
Okay.
Yeah. You're a donut boy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you've opened this can of worms here. Donut or cupcake?
That's tougher because
now we're desserts talking.
Yeah. Cupcake. It's not tough. Cupcake.
It's tough because so a lot of the time cupcakes can be very messy. So like, if I'm home and like they're both in front of me because I'm having a party, I'll probably go with the cupcake because I can just like, I'm not out at someone's house or at like someone else's function.
Yeah. Cupcakes aren't a great public eating food. I would agree with that.
But like, yeah, if I were out or like in public, donut because it's much cleaner.
Yeah. And it's like a to-go thing, right?
Yeah.
I guess cupcakes kind of are too.
Yeah.
I'll probably go donut on this one as well, I think. Because I think, I just kind of like that it's more bite-sized.
Yeah.
No,
it doesn't have the icing on it.
I hear you. I like to have fun, though.
Yeah.
I'm a fun guy.
You're a mushroom.
By the way, you've watched Alien on repeat.
I'm gonna eat my cupcakes. I'm gonna watch Alien.
To go further down this rabbit hole real quick. Donut or like donut hole or Timbit?
Oh, donut hole.
Timbit, as we call them. Timbit. I like a Timbit.
We literally got a box of 20 Timbits, donut holes, Americans, yesterday. Okay. And me and Shazana were literally eating them, looking at each other and like, this is so much better than donuts. Cause like you just get a bite of, you basically just get a bite of every donut that you can possibly want.
Yeah.
And then you're done. And
you just
it's
like
like a
pop it in your
sampler
mouth.
pack.
A birthday cake Timbit. Oh, peak.
So good. So good. They had these like chocolate coconut shavings ones now.
Those are pretty
Quite
good too.
as well. They're pretty good. Yeah.
Mike would like those. They're dry. Oh, they're dry.
I used to not like the chocolate donut holes, the chocolate Timbits, but they have grown on me in my old advanced age.
I love the Jam Buster Timbits.
Oh yeah. You don't get them as much though in the little packs. I find they're not as common. Yeah. Jam Buster's like a icing cake filled
icing
coated
sugar
donut
with
icing sugar with jam strawberry jam
like
in the middle,
jammed in there.
Yeah, we should specify. I do forget that a Jam Buster is like actually a regional thing.
That's a hyper local one. Yeah.
It's also a Jewish thing. Fun fact.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Well,
Thank
you to our Jewish friends. Okay. Now, final question that's related to this. You're going to Tim Hortons.
Mm-hmm.
There's the pile of donuts there. What are you getting, Jay? And we're talking any donut. Like they're fully stocked. You actually walked in. You're like, wow, you have all of your donuts.
Everything.
This is the one time Tim Hortons has everything.
Probably a Jam Buster.
A Jam Buster. Okay.
So you were just bitching and moaning that you can't eat a cupcake in public, but you go for the messiest donut possible.
Well, I mean, I take it home.
Okay.
I'm not like
I respect it.
Oh,
I respect it.
Okay, because like you cannot eat that without getting icing sugar absolutely all over.
I know,
you and everything.
I know.
Yeah,
but again,
you look like Scarface at the end of eating one of those.
But like, if I'm going to Tim Hortons normally, I'm getting a donut. I'm getting the donut on my own. If I'm with friends, I normally just like get a drink or something, and that's it.
Okay.
Yeah. That's where I get Timbits because it's just kind of easier.
Yeah. And then normally like they're like, hey, do you want to share Timbits? And like
they're out of Timbits in my scenario.
Out of Timbits.
They're out of Timbits, and they're like, we got all of our donuts.
Yeah.
But we're out of Timbits.
You know what? For the longest time, I was always an apple fritter guy. I still am. I still love an apple fritter.
Apple fritter.
I also like a honey cruller too.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for Mike's old man answer.
You know which donut has been growing on me a lot in my advanced age?
What?
I think it's called a Boston cream. Is it the chocolate on top with the cream in the middle, the custard?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Cole isn't waiting for me to say old-fashioned plain, which I do with a little bit.
I thought you were going to say a bagel.
Oh, bagels are great. Bagels are great.
I like a bagel.
I'm not allowed a bagel in this situation. They're out of bagels.
No, they're out of bagels too.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say old-fashioned, which is good. I do like an old-fashioned donut.
The thing is, old-fashioned, people don't realize with old-fashioned, if you're eating an old-fashioned, just a plain donut on its own, you're doing it wrong. It's meant to be had with a cup of tea or coffee or something. Would you
dip your donut in your coffee like a stereotypical
always do.
Police officer?
I am a stereotypical. Yep.
I haven't done that.
No.
But I'm down for it.
Apparently I'm a dipper because a couple weeks ago, I was talking about how I dip my fries in my Wendy's shake as well.
Still haven't heard of anybody doing that. I've never ever come across anyone in my life.
Do you dip or dunk? Because those are different.
No, those are the same.
So dip, you just kind of like, dip it in, and then dunk is like you kind of like scoop.
No, that's scooping.
That's a scoop.
That's a scoop, Jay.
No, it's a dunk. That's a dunk.
That's a scoop.
Okay, for my answer, they got everything there, eh? I like a cruller. I like the tractor tire, as my dad calls them.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I like a chocolate dip. Okay. Old-fashioned chocolate dip, that's good too. But you know what? You know what always gets me?
What?
Sour cream glazed donut.
Oh, it's so good.
I don't think I've ever had one of those.
Oh, it's good.
Oh, you're missing out, Jay. It's the classic donut. It's a classic donut.
Don't let the sour cream part of that make you think that it's like
honestly,
creamy.
Like, the sour cream sounds interesting.
It's not. It doesn't taste like sour cream. It's basically like a less sweet, just old fashioned glaze type thing.
It's like a very dense donut. Oh, it's a good donut.
Those are good donuts.
Yeah.
I'll have to try it.
Yeah. Let us know if you ever come up here to Tim Hortons. What are you getting? What donut are you getting?
Yeah.
We had a lot of questions here, so like just our whole discussion. Let us know what you thought of it. And
rapid fire.
Yeah, list them out.
List them out. Yeah.
Yeah. And their qualities of
detailed.
like why they're better than the others.
Yeah. Where are you ranking
Good
the
question.
Pokemon?
Good question though, Mog.
Where are you ranking the Pokemon?
Yeah.
What are you reading?
Muck belong in? Yeah.
Muffin or donut? What's your donut choice? Yeah. And yeah, we look forward to seeing everybody's answers. And of course, after the break, we're doing something.
You'll see. Yeah, you'll see. Jay's got a plan.
You'll see.
He'll let
I
us
mean,
know.
the description's there. You just read the description. We'll have it figured out by then, I'm sure.
Yeah.
We haven't figured out, except for Cole, apparently.
No, I know what we're doing. It's just, it's
We'll
a
explain
very...
it to you over the break.
I think Jonesy the cat is the actual hero of the Alien franchise. But I mean, I digress. You know, we should probably get back to this podcast. You know.
Yeah, I think we should.
Yeah.
I think we should.
You guys have any comments? I had a whole like thing set up. I was showing you guys slides. No notes? No notes?
Oh,
no notes?
No notes.
You know what? Cole, perfect, no notes. Let's just take it from there.
Yeah. Thank you. Let's never do that again.
Yeah, please.
Jay, we have a topic.
Yeah.
I think, right?
Welcome back to the AniPro podcast. Hope you enjoyed the break. We did.
Yeah, you did.
Anyway,
not much of a break.
No. If anything, it was just more. Sorry, I was having Naum flashbacks.
Yeah, well,
it was more.
Yeah, move on.
It was definitely more.
It was more of something.
Yeah. As Jay always says, the only way out is through.
The only way out is through.
Yeah.
But you know what? So what we're going to be doing this week is we are going to be praising our co-hosts for shows that they like that we haven't had a chance to watch, but we want to. So we're going to pitch the shows we've watched and that our co-hosts are into to those co-hosts. Hopefully we can get them to check them out.
So we're praising each other based on things that we think we might like that they like?
Correct.
And okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
but
we'll
we don't
pitch.
know because we haven't watched it.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay.
You're interested.
But they intrigue us.
Intriguing idea is what I'll say.
Yeah.
I like it though. I like it.
You know what else is intriguing?
Not Alien.
Why did I even ask, Mike? Why didn't I even ask? I set him up for it.
You don't set him up
No,
for
no,
anymore.
no. We're going far away from that one.
Yeah.
So let's just dive right in here.
Okay.
Yeah. Letterbuck.
Yeah. So
Letterbuck.
Cole.
Yeah. Hi.
What's an anime that Mike enjoys that you have like some interest in?
Well, where I was coming from with these ones is, I have maybe I'm not super like interested. I'm interested in the concept, and I kind of want to know more about it. Tell me more about these shows. Maybe pitch them on me a little bit. So, Mike, the first one is a series. Basically, all I know about it is there's cards involved. Chihayafuru. Can you tell me a bit more about Chihayafuru?
I'd be happy to tell you about Chihayafuru. Essentially, it's this girl, and it's currently a candidate for our listener's choice, by the way, nominated by Mr. J. Garrity-Sama, right there next to me.
There he is.
I think this is the final week to vote for it, I'm pretty sure, so make sure you get those votes in.
It is.
Yeah. Links are in the description for all that stuff. But anyway, Chihayafuru is basically like... it's a sports anime, but it's also kind of not super a sports anime because it's like a card game type thing. And they play this really obscure Japanese card game called Karuta, which is like basically you have to like, I think it's like I can't remember. It's been a while since I've watched it, but they have to like match cards or they have to find cards and they're all like random. It's basically you play 52 pickup, but like competitively is kind of the easy way to think of it.
Competitive 52 pickup. I love it.
Yeah. It fits though. It's kind of weird. But anyway, they play this obscure game and there's like this kind of like singing involved with it sort of. They have to like recite this poem. Okay. And then they can pick up the card that matches, that ends the poem, I think is how it works.
Yeah, like the poem is on the cards, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. It's very obscure, but that's not the point. The game is not the point of this. The point is, it's kind of like a March Comes In Like a Lion type thing where they play this game and then it's a way that they can kind of like connect to each other, but there's more going on. It's sort of a love triangle is really the important part of the story here.
Okay.
Between the girl and the two gentlemen. And the whole point of the other thing is that she is like actually not super great at this game, but she's getting better because of her interest. Basically, she's only interested in it because this guy she likes it.
Okay.
And then the guy who like enjoys it with her likes her, but she likes the guy who is super, super good at it. And he's kind of like, you know, when March Comes Like a Lion, there's the dude who is like the genius of shogi or whatever, and they all look up to him.
Yeah.
That's like her buddy that she has a crush on.
Okay.
And then Rei Kiriyama's kind of like the main guy from March Comes Like a Lion is kind of the main character of this as well. They're kind of similar, except picture if he was a Genki girl.
I like a Genki girl.
Yeah, I suspect you would like this one. Actually, it's very good. It's actually incredible anime. So I'm curious to see if it wins. The only thing that sucks is that it's quite a few episodes to watch. 24, and then there's 3 seasons of it. So you got quite a bit to watch. I think seasons 2 and 3 are only 12 episodes, if I remember right, though.
Is it like a high school romance type show?
Yeah, I don't recall them ever really being in school though.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like they're in like the club for this game though, right?
No, it's like a separate club, I'm pretty sure. Like they joined the karate club like outside of school.
Okay. Yeah,
so it's not a school,
like
club.
School club.
No.
Well, I mean, Mike, hey, you tell me something's like March Comes In Like a Lion. Hey, I mean, I'm familiar with that show vaguely. I may enjoy this. I suspect
you would. The only difference is like the sad boy, the sad lonely boy is not the main character in this one.
Yeah, but you get a Genki girl instead.
Yeah.
As the main character, yeah.
I mean, hey, you got a sad boy or a Genki girl? I mean...
Also, Cole, it's shoujo.
I mean, stop. I can only get
stop.
So
he's
excited.
Already dead.
No, I mean, I'll yeah, this one would be something I'm definitely interested. On my scale of interest right now, Mike, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give this one a 9.
Wow.
9.
Very good.
Yeah.
Wow. 9. Yeah.
Number 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jay,
Jay,
do
you got one for Mike?
I can give one to Mike. Yes, I do have one.
Well, you know what? This is your thing.
If
you want to, you're running the.
I was gonna say Mike pitch one to me, but we can do it like that. That's fine.
What's happening?
So I'll ask Mike for one, because we'll follow that, and then Mike can pitch one to the two of us after that.
See, Cole, he's planned this all out. You've ruined his scheme. He has to
scramble
now.
It's okay. We can go back. We can go back.
It's okay.
I need to ask Jay about one?
No. I'll ask you about one, Mike.
Okay.
So, Mike, tell me a little bit about this series entitled Pluto.
Pluto. As you know, Jay, but the listener might not know, it is based on a manga by renowned mangaka, arguably one of the best mangaka of all time, Naoki Urasawa. And it's essentially a retelling of the Astro Boy series and story, where Astro Boy is kind of not the main character. And it's all about how there's these super robots that were built for like this war. and then this takes place after the war has been resolved, and one side has won, and the robots were on the winning side, obviously. And it explores lots of like themes of like we were talking about last week with Atari, My Dear Memories, like what does it mean to be a robot versus a human, blah blah blah, stuff like that, because they're very advanced. But a lot of it is very anti-war messaging as well, which I always am a sucker for, and I suspect you would like as well. It has like this cool like noir chic aesthetic from like the 60s kind of, and it's just kind of like a gumshoe detective is kind of the main protagonist for the first half of it. And Netflix produced this one, I believe, and you can tell because the animation quality of this is insane. It looks incredible. The literally, I think it's a 10 on my anime list, actually, because
I think it was when I looked at it. Now, the question that I have for you as someone who's experienced both the manga and the anime, which one would you recommend more?
The anime.
The anime?
Easily. The when I read the Pluto the manga, at the time I said this is better than Monster, and Monster's incredible. Because it's a simpler story. It's kind of more self-contained. It's a little shorter. It's a little tighter. But the anime literally just adapts the manga, and like it's basically a 1-to-1 with like just awesome animation. So I don't see why you'd recommend the manga over the anime in this one.
That's fair.
One thing, if I could just jump in as well, I haven't finished Pluto, but I do just want to comment, like it's got that great like 60s 60s idea of what the future would look like, or even like the 30s idea of what the future would look like. That kind of like think of the Chrysler building in New York City, like very like rounded edges, everything's all shiny and chromy.
Or the Jetsons.
Another one that is very similar that I would probably say like check this out if you're interested in Pluto to kind of get an idea would be Metropolis. It's also based on a manga by the same mangaka who is that guy
Naoki Urasawa.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It's based on a manga from Osamu Tezuka. Yeah,
Tezuka.
So the Astro Boy.
Yeah.
But similar aesthetic, similar kind of gumshoe detective. But
the way like it felt like it portrays its future is kind of like back in the day where like you'd have like the black and white propaganda piece that was with like the that voice that like would talk about the future, kind of like I don't know how to describe it, but like the high pitched kind of like
the radio voice you're talking about?
Yeah, kind of like the
folks.
Yeah, like that.
It's
that
Art
like,
Deco.
That's
the
word.
The aesthetic I was looking for.
There you go.
That like turn of the century future idea.
I suspect though, Jay, you would like this one because it's very kind of philosophical and heady and asks some big questions while having enough action and stuff to keep like simpletons like me interested. I can't think of a reason why anyone wouldn't like this other than the fact that it's hour-long episodes and on Netflix. So it didn't get if you're the type of person who likes watching things that you can discuss online with people and react to things, this was never going to be that for you. But it's great. You should definitely check it out.
It's an experience.
Yeah.
Well,
I cede control back to you.
Yeah, Cole kind of set a precedent. So I guess I'll follow it in rating my interest based on the selling. So I will give that an 8 out of 10.
Thank you.
Out of 10.
Wow. High praise from Jay Garrity and Sama.
That's great. Good job, Michael. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
So, Mike, now that you've gone through your gauntlet of recommending stuff to the both of us,
yes,
pick one of the two of us.
Okay.
Because you're going to go through both of us anyway. So pick one of the two of us to start.
Yeah.
To recommend something to you.
Okay. Well, since Cole went first, I'll pick Cole first. Cole.
Hi.
There's this little anime that you've watched that I have not. Kind of misnomer. I watched it when I was young, but I want you to pitch on me on watching, sort of rewatching, in a sense, Cardcaptor Sakura.
Well, let me tell you why you need to rewatch Cardcaptor Sakura, because the Cardcaptor Sakura that we got as children, being Canadian, was not Cardcaptor Sakura. It was Cardcaptors, which was a banger.
It was a mystic adventure, a quest of all time.
It was a banger. Cardcaptor Sakura, though, is the complete story. It is the actual story of Sakura Kinomoto in her adventures to reclaim the Clow cards. It's just a shoujo classic for a reason. You start off the series, it's very whimsical, very children appropriate, considering the main character is a 4th grader. So they're very young children.
Oh, geez, she is.
Yeah. Yeah. But as the story kind of progresses, you start to get more mature theming in it, more character development, stuff like that. It's just a very good show in terms of long-term story and world building and stuff. I remember enjoying the early episodes, having a good time with them, but then towards the end you start getting into some destiny stuff and other characters who maybe aren't what they seemed at the start of the show. Maybe there's more to them than meets the eye. Maybe they are truly the Transformers of the shoujo universe, more than meets the eye, if you will.
The true Cardcaptor Sakura is the friends made along the way.
Exactly. There's a reason why. Listen. There's a reason why this is always considered one of the best shoujos, and in my opinion, in terms of classic shoujos, I think this might take the cake. I like this one more than something like Sailor Moon.
So you're saying shoujo? Do you mean magical girl?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mahou shoujo.
Yeah. Mahou shoujo. Okay. Just making sure, because I feel like there's a lot of shoujos people throw out ahead of this, but yes, I feel like this is one of the all-time Mahou shoujo magical girl shows.
Well, it's early shoujo too. Shoujo at that time, that is what shoujo was Mahou shoujo. Now we're getting some heady, some meat on the bones of our shoujos, our fruits baskets and stuff like that. But this was kind of at the tail end of that early shoujo, which was basically strictly Mahou shoujo. I'd put this ahead of something like Sailor Moon, which is probably my big controversial take when it comes to Cardcaptor Sakura.
Sorry, Cole's dad.
Yeah.
Sorry, Cole's dad. I like Cardcaptor Sakura more than I think it's Sailor Moon.
It's Madhouse, right? And it seems to follow
Madhouse.
A little more linear of a story with less filler, from what I can tell, than Sailor Moon, and that intrigues me, I would say. Definitely.
Yeah. The downside of it's very long, 70 episodes, but I feel like what I would compare it to with regards to a show of this length would be something hear me out, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, I'm hearing you out.
It'd be something like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. It's long, yeah, but it flows well. You kind of get you kind of want to see what happens next. And the dub is hilarious. Sakura's cousin, Tomoyo, or her friend Madison, as we know her in Cardcaptors, her dub voice sounds like Ralph Wiggum, and it's hilarious. That's fun. So that's a lot of fun too.
That is really funny.
Is the dub a redo, or is it an actual early 2000s dub?
I think it's an early 2000s dub.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I think at the time, the dub was Cardcaptors. So this was probably done later, but it's the original dub. So it's kind of in that no man's land of the dubs weren't great, but they weren't awful either. You know,
I imagine it's kind of like the 4Kids One Piece dub versus the the Funimation one.
That's what I was wondering. Is it one of the Funimation redubs, or is it the?
It's a lot of fun. The dub is a lot of fun.
Because I think in Cardcaptors they tried to make the guy the main character.
They tried to make him more prominent, which I get what they were going for, but Lee is a prominent character. He's kind of the love interest and kind of the foil as well to Sakura. and it works. It works. Everything just works. It's a lot of fun, Michael.
Yeah.
You should check it out.
At the same time, like, I get it, because, like, I think back in the day, 4Kids was trying to market most anime toward guys.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
like they made the guys.
They did the same thing with like
did it.
Escaflowne as well, which was clearly like not a guy's show. But then like there's all kinds of like stuff that happens behind the scenes that's not really like explicitly said. Like Sakura's brother seems to have like some powers as well that aren't really explicitly said.
Okay.
It's also interesting too, like in a show that's for children, especially aimed at like young children like this, to have like Sakura's mother passed away at a young age as well. So it's
some heavy themes. Okay.
It's got some heavy themes in it too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, just to jump in here, clamp artwork never goes wrong.
No, this is quintessential Clamp too.
Yeah, and this is quintessential Clamp. I'd give your recommendation, Cole, a 7 out of 10 because I feel like you told me everything I kind of already knew about it.
Well, do you have any questions?
Or do I have any questions? I feel like I've asked a few.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, if there was something I could do to maybe push you over, you know?
Yeah.
Do you want to know something that would get your jimmies tickled?
Is there like is there any like sequel? Like is this a completion? Like if I watch these 70 episodes, that'll be it, or is there like a sequel movie or anything like that, or is there like
it is a complete
version
story
of this?
It is a complete story. You don't need a Brotherhood version of this at all. However, there are sequels. There is the movie, which I haven't seen actually, and there's also a Clear Card, which is like the modern telling of Cardcaptor.
Reimagining.
It's like the Sailor Moon Crystal of this,
but it's a sequel. It's a full sequel, which is hilarious. I do just want to talk about Clear Card as well. Cardcaptor, clearly an anime made in the late 90s. You know, kids don't have cell phones or anything like that. But in Clear Card, they do, which is funny, even though it's a direct sequel that's supposed to take place at the same
technology advanced very quickly in months.
Yeah. But
interesting.
You just you take that for what it is. That's not a shot against it. I actually didn't mind Clear Card, and I'm kind of waiting for season 2 of Clear Card too.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. Cole needs his Maho Shoujo.
Cole needs his fix.
Give him his fix.
Yeah.
Okay, Jay. You're gonna tell me about a little anime known as Akame ga Kill, which I have not seen, which I feel like is like one of the big holes in my anime watching career.
Yeah, Akame ga Kill is a lot of fun. It's basically like about this guy who he's pretty much like not really that like he comes from the outskirts and he's moving into the big city, and the city that he's moving into is like corrupt. Like the politicians are all corrupt, and they're kind of looking down on like the lower tier people in the city. And there's like this group called Night Raid that kind of is trying to liberate this place.
Okay.
And so like basically it's kind of like it's a battle manga, or it's a battle anime about them fighting against the man trying to liberate that.
Yeah.
And it has a very interesting power system in where like all of the quote unquote abilities are just like these items that do different things, like that have like special abilities. Like the main girl Akame has a sword that kills anything the blade touches.
Okay.
Hence the name.
Yeah. And like there's other things like that. But like at the same time, like it's kind of cool because there are actual stakes. Like it's not like, like everyone gets out of it scot-free, but like there's actually like consequences for actions and things like that.
Okay.
So
I like that.
Yeah.
Tell me about As Death.
So Esdeath is.
Let's cut straight through the tape here.
You know what? Let's just cut to the chase. So Esdeath is the commander in like the enemy camp army, who like sees Tatsumi, who's the main character, and like her whole thing is that she likes the power dynamic of I want to step on you.
Okay. Because
I like that power dynamic too.
Cole also likes that one. I feel like I literally did not know that there was a character named Akame or Tatsumi in this, but somehow I knew about this Esdeath character. I would have thought they were either the main or one of the main characters.
She's more of an antagonistic character than anything.
Interesting. Okay.
Like, she her whole thing is like she's an enemy commander, but she falls in love with the main guy, Tatsumi, and because she's part of the main antagonistic group, and her whole thing is I want to step on, like I use step on you metaphorically, but like she's
a dom, right?
Yeah, she's a dom.
Yeah.
She's a top.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Tatsumi is not into that. So like the whole dynamic is like, get me out of here. No, I want to be with you. And then that, and then like her whole power is like, she has ice powers.
Okay. That fits because she's got the white hair, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
At the same time, if you like, Chain Soldier,
I did.
It's by the same author.
Oh, okay. Didn't know that.
So like it will kind of have like similar ideas to it. Though like one of the differences is like one's more of like a harem, whereas this one is like a bit more on the edgy side.
Yeah, it seems very edgy from everything I've seen or heard.
I wanted to dance around this, but if I'm being honest, like this show is very much I'm 15 and this is deep.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
But like it's a lot of fun with like an interesting power system, fun, colorful characters.
So and that can like, make up for that, right? So
yeah. Like there's a reason why it's beloved.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it's just a fun ride with like fun mustache twirling villains on top of it as well, and like they're just all fun and likable.
I am a big fan of fun, so I feel like that I might like this one actually. So I feel like you've done a good job of selling it to me. I will give you an 8 out of 10.
Thank you.
8 out of 10.
Yeah. Because I've like it's been on my like plan to watch literally since probably I started watching anime again, and since I've made an Annie list, and I just never got around to it for some reason. And you're the first person to actually explain to me what it's even about, to be honest with you. All I know is that it's just like gory and edgy is basically it. And there's a character named Esdeath.
Also, like it has a pretty decent dub. Like I watched the dub because I watched it when it first came out, and I thought that the dub was pretty good.
It strikes me as one of those anime people watch when they first get into anime. And they're like,
it was the anime I watched like right after SAO.
Okay.
Yeah.
That checks out.
Yeah. All right. It's my turn, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
My turn to ask Jay about a show.
Okay.
Which is a show that Jay has recommended to me in the past, but now Jay, you get your chance to actually sell it to me. And that is, haven't you heard I'm Sakamoto? Tell me more.
Okay. So haven't you heard I'm Sakamoto?
No. No, you're Jay.
It's a one core show about a guy who everything he does is cool. Like, you laugh, and that's the point. I'm glad you're laughing because like he does all these like ridiculous things, but everyone will just look at him and go like, man, he's so cool. Like, there was this one thing where like he tries to sit down and someone pulls his chair away before he sits down. And he just ends up like doing like a sitting position in the air. On nothing.
Yeah.
Nice. That's cool.
That's so cool.
So cool.
So cool, man.
No, I like that idea because it's like, that's not that cool, but it is funny. That like everybody's like, oh my god, this guy is so cool.
Are they like going nuts too? They're like, oh, no way.
Yeah, so like they'll be like, no way, he's able to do that.
Yeah.
Like it's comedically melodramatic and like everybody is like over the top is kind of what I get from this show. Right?
Yeah, or like there will be like guys who are like jealous of him because of how cool he is or stuff like that. Like and it's pretty much just a bunch of that, but like in the most entertaining way possible.
Yeah. Are these like full length episodes as well?
Yeah,
they are. Are they like short skits through the episode?
So like each episode feels like it fits the runtime, so it never feels like it's dragging on for too long.
Okay.
While I was watching it, I always felt like this was the right length. I think if I remember correctly, it was like 2 halves, kind of like how Panty and Stocking was, where it would do like 2 different halves for an episode.
Like two 10-minute episodes, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Per episode. Okay.
All right.
And like it's just like really funny in how Sakamoto just finds different wacky things to do with.
Is Sakamoto like the main character, or are the main characters like the people who are trying to like get one in on Sakamoto?
So he is the main character.
Okay.
Like the every episode kind of like starts the same way, where it's like, this is Sakamoto, he's the coolest guy. Yeah. And then like the episode starts and.
Ooh, that gave me vibes of like Shikamori when you said that now.
Kind of, but at the same time, like it's not like Shikamori where it's just like he's cute but he's also cool. It's just like it introduces it in a way where like you don't need to watch them in sequential order.
Okay. And it's played for laughs as well.
And I guess the comedy aspect would make it better too. So
I think I'd be really interested in this show if like the main characters were like us and we're like trying to like
get him,
kind of take him down a peg, but like the foil is how he's so cool. I'm not uninterested in the show, but I'm not super high on it either, Jay. I'm probably going to have to give this one like a 5.5. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I picked these shows out. It's not like Jay's pitching this to me. It's just
well, I am
pitching it too. Yeah, that's the whole point.
No, but I mean, you didn't pick this out to something.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that everybody's clear. I'm not being mean to Jay. I'm being
you
mean
are,
to the
but
show.
you must be honest with your criticism.
Yes. No, that's fair.
No. It's
Jay.
I don't know. Maybe if I threw this on, I might like it. Maybe I'll give it a chance, but I'm not going to go.
I mean, hey, you're only hurting my feelings by being this harsh, but like that's okay. You have to be true to yourself.
Dub available for this one?
I believe there is a dub.
Oh, okay. I feel like generally comedy kind of works better in dub for me, so I've thought about checking this one out too. So I'm mildly curious.
One of the big things with it, or like one of the big gags that like people, or that I've seen reposted all the time, is like how he's like hanging on the roof and he just kind of like swings through the doorway. I don't know if you guys seen it, but like that's kind of the vibe you get from it. There's a show that aired a couple seasons ago, Migi and Dali, that a lot of people like, that's by the same author.
Okay.
So like
it's got similar vibes.
The comedy of it probably has like a similar vibe.
Okay.
Okay. Well, next show, I think we go back to Mike. It's Mike's turn in the pit.
Yeah, it's my second set of 3, I think now.
Yeah. So Jay, do you got one for Mike?
I do. So Mike, you recommended to me Pluto. Let's kind of keep that like seinen-y vibe going with another take on a classic.
Okay.
There's a theme here.
There's a theme here apparently.
I stumbled upon a theme, but
let's see if the third one holds up to it.
I've been interested in checking out Devilman Crybaby.
Okay.
Could you sell that to me?
So, Devilman Crybaby, I watched it very early in my rejuvenation into anime, and I remember watching it and being like, oh, okay, this is like so wild. Like the crazy stuff has happened. There's like the club scene that happens in the first episode comes to mind as being like this can happen in anime. Okay, yeah, glad I'm not watching this in a public place. That's good. I don't know how much you would like this show, Jay. Honestly, I don't think I would recommend it to you. I'm going to be honest with you, because I think it's so like graphic and like gory and like sexual that I feel like, if anything, I feel like you might get uncomfortable watching it. But if you do give it a chance, it is a very interesting take on a classic series, like you alluded to. Mm-hmm. And I think it is such a nice, tight runtime with like crazy, zany Science Saru type. The Science Saru style of it really kind of like takes away from the like there's like nipples and it's definitely a rated R show. Okay. But because it's like so cartoony, like it's by the same people who did Scott Pilgrim from a couple seasons ago, right?
They're also doing Dandadan,
yeah. So but Dandadan doesn't have like the Science Saru look to it, from what I can tell. That like very like simple character designs and stuff.
Yeah.
But like it's kind of funny, kind of dark, and the ending is incredibly depressing. I would recommend it to a lot of people, but I don't know. I'd recommend it for people who think they might like it. So I don't know if you're one of the people who thinks they might like it, or if you're just curious because it's like a twist on a beloved property, like a well-established Devilman franchise. Is that kind of why you're interested in it?
I'm interested in it because of how dark I've heard it is.
Okay. It is dark. Yeah.
Cole, do you have anything to chime in? Remember we both raved about this one when you watched it.
It's very amazing too. It's very like Faustian bargain type thing, like make a deal with the devil. And you get your comeuppance at the end kind of thing. It's a very like heady, philosophical, graphic anime.
Trippy.
Yeah. But I feel like it does the like gory and the like sexuality aspects of it interesting, because it's not like too explicit in the way that it does it. Like it's very colorful. It's very like artistic in how it does all of that as well. Like the blood sometimes isn't like just red blood spraying everywhere. It'll be like some neon-y weird stuff. No, it's you definitely get thrown in with it, because the first episode is like as graphic as it gets. And if you can handle that, and you're kind of like, oh yeah, I can ride with this, then you're in for a good time, because by the end, well, I shouldn't say good time.
Yeah,
you're in for a quality time.
You're in for a quality time where this is one where at the end you're staring at the wall for a few minutes.
Yeah,
that's what I want. So
here's the thing, I've thought of, now that Cole's mentioned this a little bit, it's like a predecessor to Cyberpunk Edge Runners, I would say. It's very much in the same category of shows. This is a quick 10-minute show. It's going to be an insanely wild ride while you watch it.
10-episode show.
Yeah. What did I say?
Yeah. You said 10-minute show.
Oh, yeah. 10-episode show.
Yeah.
It's going to be a wild ride. And at the end, you're going to stare at a wall a little bit.
Yeah.
And you're going to try to talk, because you'll never be able to show a scene of it to somebody, because they'll be like, you watch this?
But you know what, Jay? We'll be here. Yeah. We'll be here for you. We can talk about it.
I suggest you listen to the soundtrack though, because it's genuinely like incredible.
Yeah, I've heard the spin on the classic Devilman OP.
It's funk and cyber wavy. It's great. Yeah.
Like the only other thing I know about the show is the weird running, because he's possessed by a devil.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Good old Science Saru type stuff. Yeah.
What do you rate this, Jay? What do you rate?
Do you feel like you're persuaded to watch it, even though I literally told you not to?
I am, just like off the curiosity of like, how dark can this be, and how much will this make me want to stare at a wall once I'm done?
It'll make you want to stare at a wall. Yeah.
Be a good review, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give this an 8.5.
Wow.
Well, okay. Thank you.
Despite literally being told, maybe don't watch this one.
Like this. Yeah.
Well, the thing is like,
that's probably what did it, actually.
Like, I respect that honesty.
Yeah.
But like, I'm very, very curious about like how dark this can get.
I suspect you'll like the artsiness of it, because it's very artsy as well.
I think this one will challenge you.
Yes,
as much as something like this can. You know what I realized though? Because we threw Mike back into the wolves. I haven't been thrown to the wolves. I only did one. Jay, you didn't ask me one.
Oh, well, fine.
I think we need to decide on one host to run this because it's getting confusing.
Okay. Jay, ask me one.
Okay, Cole.
Mm-hmm.
Can you pitch Psycho-Pass to me?
I absolutely can.
Ooh.
Now, Jay, much like Devilman Crybaby, this does come with a caveat because this is sci-fi. And
yeah.
Jay, we know you're not a sci-fi guy, but you know what? Psycho-Pass does what sci-fi should do. It asks you a question about where you want to take society. You know, do you want to be secure in your society?
Mm-hmm.
Well, how secure do you want to be? Are you willing to give up a lot of your personal freedoms? Are you willing to, maybe not lift the log with the cockroaches underneath? Maybe you don't want to see all of that stuff. But you know what? On the surface, everybody's very happy. Everybody's very safe, you think. No, it's just this great idea of taking mass surveillance to its extreme. It's aesthetically as well one of the best like looking cyberpunk shows too. Production IG, S-tier studio. Absolutely great job.
Never not bring that up.
All right. You know what? I'd rather him bring that up than something else. So,
what do you not want me to bring up?
Don't worry about it. Just keep going, Cole.
Do you want to talk about Alien for a little bit?
Nope.
No.
Don't.
No, I just think that this show like kind of it goes off of its concept. If you can like vibe with this whole idea of like a naive policewoman going into the field, discovering how maybe the system that she thought was flawless is flawed, and discovering how the system works, and having to weigh the options of either allowing the system to run the same way that it has ran, despite knowing the evils that run it, and letting society continue to run in this peaceful fashion, or kind of choosing to allow society to kind of flourish in the way that it's meant to, which warts and all. It asks a lot of questions, and it allows you to ponder those questions. Also, very cool show. It's just a cool show with cool guns. And Akane Tsunemori is one of the best female leads in anime, I think.
I suspect Jay would like the villain of this show too. He just strikes me as a Jay type villain a little bit.
Yeah, he's very like philosophical.
He's kind of strikes me as like a Bungo Stray Dogs type character, just like thrust into this like sci-fi story a little bit.
He's very like the antithesis of to the Sybil system. Like he's very. I think his like ability is that the Sybil system doesn't recognize him or something. So
I can't remember. It's been a while.
With them rely like even their weapons rely on the Sybil system, which is like the system that runs society. So if their weapon doesn't recognize this person as a threat, then they can't neutralize him at all.
Oh, interesting.
Which is a very cool like concept.
And you're right. I think his power, quote unquote, is that the guns don't pick up him as a threat or something, no matter what he does.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
interesting.
It's very cool. Do you have any questions about this?
So
Psycho-Pass?
The main reason why I'm interested in the show is like I get recommendations all the time when I first got into anime. And like I'd always hear like, watch the first season, it's really good. Watch the first season, it's really good. But then people say like, don't watch the second season. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that is what it is, right? Like I would definitely pitch the first season. I'm not saying like go watch the second season.
Like the question I have is more because there is a third season, there's more to it beyond what I knew when I first heard about it.
Mm-hmm.
Is the second season required for understanding season 3, or is it kind of like its own self-contained thing?
Season 3.
Oh, for season 3.
Why are we talking about season 3?
Well, I mean, if let's say I want to keep going because season 3 is not as bad.
Oh.
That's an interesting question, actually.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I wouldn't skip season 2. That being said, I don't think you need to watch season 2 or 3. I think season 1 is a good standalone thing.
Yeah, I've only watched season 1 and I feel no desire. I feel like it wraps itself up super nicely, that there's just I've literally never felt a need to watch more.
Okay. Yeah,
season 2 and 3 are there if you want it. But
yeah,
I feel
I'm
like
just thinking
season 1
along the prospects of season 1's so good, I want to watch more, but I heard season 2 sucks.
Yeah, I could see that.
No, I don't think it sucks. I really don't. I feel like it gets needlessly hated. It's not as good as season 1, but I think that's more a testament to how good season 1 of Psycho Pass is.
Sure.
It's tough to follow up what a lot of people, I'm not going to say whether I believe this or not, what a lot of people consider to be like a modern sci-fi classic. Season 2,
I would say that, and it's not even I didn't really super enjoy Psycho Pass. I enjoyed it, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite. But I would argue that it's one of the classics of the genre for sure.
I was going to say masterpiece. That's kind of why I put a bunch of caveats.
Okay. I don't know if I'd agree with that.
Yeah. A lot of people would. A lot of people would say that. I would say that it is a modern sci-fi classic. I would put it up there with I would say it's like Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah. Or Steins Gate would be the other comparable I could think of.
More action-y than Ghost in the Shell, I would say.
Okay.
Maybe not as heady. Like Ghost in the Shell's got a lot of heady stuff, but it's slow, as Mike likes to point out.
Yeah. It's got that sci-fi pacing that it does not jive with me.
Yeah, this is more modernly paced.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I am interested in this show. And I think there were a couple of things that interest me. I'm interested in why Mike thinks the villain is someone I'd like. I'm interested in the system and how it uses the sci-fi aspect to tell something about us as a society.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of lost me a little bit when you said it's like Ghost in the Shell, but then you got me back when you're but it's not as heady.
Yeah, it is heady, but it's not as slow
simpler.
and methodical as Ghost in the Shell is.
It's a simpler concept.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What I would say, if you're kind of on the fence about it, I would say go watch the first episode. The first episode is a pretty good, it's kind of the first case of this team that's put together. And if you like that, then I think that you like the series.
Very well animated too. Looks good.
Oh yeah. Production IG.
Yep.
Okay.
S tier studio. What would you rate this anyway?
Yeah. I think you did as good of a job as you could have selling me on this. So I'm gonna give this I'm not bounding over myself to go watch this show, but I am still interested.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna give this a 7.5.
Okay, that's not bad.
I like that you're expanding your horizons a little bit to the sci-fi genre. I think all your ones so far, other than Devilman Crybaby, have been kind of sci-fi too. So,
but even Devilman Crybaby, it kind of tells that same
sci-fi.
It's got that
little bit
that sci-fi questioning society type stuff. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. Do we want to do
who's next?
Jay, why don't you ask one? Why don't you ask No, wait, you just did. I'll ask Mike one. No, I'll ask you one, Jay.
Okay, yeah. You haven't asked me anything yet.
Yeah, I did. I asked you about Sakamoto, but now I want you to tell me.
Yeah.
I want you to tell me about another one that you've tried to pitch me on, but I've been stubborn like a mule, like a donkey.
Okay.
Tell me about Just Because.
Okay. I love this show. as evidenced by the thing right here. Yeah, no, this show is a masterpiece. So this show is a lot more character driven. It's a very character driven drama, basically about like these teenagers that are going into university from high school. It's like their last month of high school as they're like preparing to go to university, and like right before that that transition happens, the main ensemble's childhood friend returns to town after having left for like years. And the show is just like all about their all the character interactions with each other now that he's back. How him returning kind of like changes everyone's dynamic, changes like the romantic feelings, the like group dynamics and things like that. And like it's just a show about character relationships.
Okay.
With like, you know, decent animation, fun characters, which like I think the characters in and of itself are probably the most important thing. And like I like all of the characters in this. It's a very simple show on the surface because like there isn't really like a plot, but the plot is kind of like just these characters interacting with each other and how that how that kind of affects each other, I guess.
Okay.
Any questions?
Yeah. I had one and now I lost it.
Oh, yeah, that happens.
Yeah. How old are these characters? Are they like they're high school?
Yeah, so like they're in their last year of high school, kind of like in the mid, like at the beginning of their transition to university.
Okay. What would you say are comparable shows to this one? What do I like? What do you know that I like? Where you could say, if you like this, well, let me tell you, you'll like this.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about that.
The number one is Sukegakure on the anime list here.
Yeah, I guess
do like
Sukegakure would probably be the closest one. That like if you like that, you probably like this.
Kind of like slow.
Or like
romance.
Yeah, it's a romance show. Sing Yesterday for Me is another one that that's on the recommendations on Annie list, which I know you liked.
Yeah. So is it like a will they won't they the whole time, or is it like Sukegakure where like they're
It's not really will they won't they, cuz like there's never really like any of that like petty drama of like, oh, I don't like, there's none of that. It's a much more grounded, like they're just like getting to, like these characters are just getting to know each other or getting to like talk to each other and things like that. And how their dynamic kind of affects how they're feeling about certain things.
Okay. Now, I'm gonna ask a question, Cole, in your place.
Sure.
Jay, you've been on record saying you love this show.
Yeah.
What is like this is gonna sound like a simple question, but what is the thing that made you say, you know what, I love this show? What was like the moment, or what was what part of it engraved it deep in your heart?
It's pretty much just the character interactions. Like it felt very grounded and real. And I like, you don't really get that a lot. It really feels like a lot of the time there will be like this like contrived reason for these people to like fight or like argue, or this contrived reason for these people to like fall in love or whatever, but it just feels like a natural progression of character relationships and character interactions, and that was like a breath of fresh air for me.
Okay. I'm higher on this one than I was for your last one, I think. This one is probably, I'd give it like a 7.5. The comparison to Sukegakure, for sure. Like, I just recently watched that one. Is it better than Sukegakure, would you say?
I like it more than Sukegakure.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah. And I like both of them.
Okay. Yeah. I'd go 7.5. I'm interested. What's this on?
High Dive.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a High Dive joint.
It used to be on Amazon, so that's why
it used to be on both, but I think like High Dive has the sub, Amazon has the dub kind of thing.
One of them situations. I feel like, Jay, you're a particular sucker for, I feel like you wrote this thread. It's on AniList. It says, it's been 3 years and I'm still not over it. I feel like that's, that's such a Jay thing to say.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, just like me personally, this means nothing for Cole, but it's written by the guy who wrote Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai.
Well, I mean, I like Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. It's just, the comparison people always make to it.
Yeah.
I prefer the alternative, the other side. Yeah. Well, Mike, I think we got time for one more.
Uno Mas. Okay.
Uno Mas. You ask me one.
Okay. The final recommendation is one that's also been on my plan to watch for a really long time, because it's an iconic anime and it's an old anime.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Jay has seen it, but I know Cole has seen it, so, which is part of the research of this. So of course I know Cole has seen this, but I didn't research Jay.
Jay, have you seen this?
Have you seen Elfen Lied? Elfen Lied?
No, because every time I tried to find something somewhere to check it out, it just was like, no, you're not watching it now.
Oh, that sucks.
So.
Okay. But Cole, you've watched Elfen Lied? Lied?
Elfen Lied? I don't know.
I don't know.
Lied? Elfen? Yeah, so this show, forgive me, it's been a long time since I've watched this television program. So it has a reputation. A lot of people hate on this show. And I remember watching it and thinking, why does everybody hate on this show? It's definitely edgy. It's definitely a very edgy show. It does a lot of things that I think were kind of for the sake of it being like violent or mature the idea of maturity from a teenager's point of view, as Jay put it.
I'm 15 and this is deep.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of like that. The whole idea of it is Lucy is the titular Elfen Lied. I can't remember. She's the titular, like she's the main character. She's the one on the poster. All of that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the one. That's the only character I know from this show, because she's the one you always see. Yeah.
They're kind of. She's kind of like a artificially evolved human. Yeah, and she comes out of a lab and she's very like violent and stuff. And I can't remember the specifics of it, but she ends up with like this family, and it's kind of like it's kind of like an Iron Giant situation where she's like this weapon, this very violent, strong creature who, for one reason or another, is kind of like living a peaceful life. And people are trying to figure out who she is.
I do like that trope, actually.
Yeah.
Like a Frankenstein's monster type situation.
Kind of. I was going to say it's almost Frankenstein-y as well. It's got the sci-fi aspects of it as well. I don't want to say it's a fun show, but I think it's one of those shows where like you'll even get something out of it, even if you don't like it, because it's so over the top in its like violence.
Oh, I do like that.
And maturity,
in the same way Devilman is over the top. Or
Devilman is far better than this.
I'd say it's more like Akame ga Kill over the top.
Yeah. Okay. I would say that. This is not. It's not that deep, bro. I would say about this one.
Okay.
Which I think is why
I found a Sting review for the manga that I thought was really funny, and I just wanted to read it real quick because it made me chuckle inside.
Inside.
Inside, because review by Bio Gundam.
Okay. Bio Gundam. Okay.
Overhyped AKA trash, and the writer should be burned at the stake.
Nah. Here's the thing.
Seems aggressive.
Here's the thing. Overhyped? Like who out there, have you ever read a review for this one where people are like, this is a masterpiece? No, the review is always, why do people like this? I really think this has become like the show where people dunk on it.
Yeah.
Because
this is the scapegoat.
It's kind of like how SAO used to be, where it's like this is a scapegoat for people to dunk on because we all kind of know it's a little bad.
I think what it is maybe when people saw this when they were like 14, they're like, man, this is a masterpiece. This is the best thing I've ever seen. Yeah. And then they go back and they rewatch it and then they realize, no, it's not a masterpiece.
It's not so you're suggesting it's like a self dunk. They're
I think
kind
it's
of like
self-dunk. People are kind of
it's the guilty crown of the anime community.
Yeah,
people are kind of thinking like, oh no, actually this isn't good, and my tastes have been refined over time, like the ring in Lord of the Rings. It's not as bad as people say it is. It's not great. It's not terrible. It's fine.
It's sitting at a 7 on AniList, so that's fine show territory. So that fits.
I would say that's appropriate. To say that the people need to be whatever emulsified or whatever that review said.
Yeah. The author needs to be burned at the stake. Is what it said.
That's a bit extreme. I would say the author needs to keep trying. That's what I would say. Try again. And I don't know who wrote it. Maybe they did try again, and maybe well, hold on, let me look. Elfen
hold on,
Lied.
I'm on it. They have tried again. Oh, lovely.
Not very many times.
They do.
They are currently writing hentai. So
there you go. There you go.
That seems appropriate. I remember there being a lot of bare evolved human breasts, which, I mean, hey, I guess that could also be a selling feature for some people.
I mean, if you're 15 and this is deep, boobies also help too. So yeah.
But you know what? You could watch it with that in mind too. You know, this is a good 15 and this is deep show. I'm 15 and this is so deep. I wouldn't say it's bad. I wouldn't say go out and go crazy for it.
I think you've nailed it a little bit because I'm reading like the little snippets of reviews on AniList, like where you kind of get like a quick thought of what people say. And a few of them say like, this one I like, dissecting the quality of Elfen Lied, goodbye prejudgment. So obviously they're saying like, just pretend you didn't hear that this is one of the worst anime ever and just kind of like take it for what it is.
Yeah. I feel like that's appropriate. You know, I would say go watch it just for to kind of get a sense of like how the anime community sometimes just kind of like throws under the bus for no reason.
Yeah. We're very extreme.
Yeah. There's a lot of SAO would be the other one. We talked about that. This would be comparable to like an SAO, but like more violent. Yeah. That's my pitch.
I would give you, I'm going to give you a 9 on that one. Cause I'm actually like debating going and watching this soon because I've got some summer anime I think I'm dropping soon, so I might have room in my schedule. I'm very intrigued now, and you have sold me on it. I will watch this sometime soon, or maybe make you guys review it.
Well, it says that it's basically on everything.
Is it?
It says it's on Amazon. It says it's on Crunchyroll. It says it's on HiDive. It says it's on Hulu, which there's no way that's true.
I think it used to be on Crunchyroll, but they lost the license.
I can't remember where I watched it. If you want to know more, Mike,
I'm pretty sure it's on HiDive, but we can look it up.
Cody Bot and I watched this one.
Oh, okay.
Actually, yeah. So if you want to ask Cody Bot about it,
not on HiDive. Hold on.
Jay cannot not know.
It is on Amazon.
Okay. There you go.
There we go. That's all the
research
shows.
live on the podcast. That's all the shows. Maybe we'll come back to this because I think we had some more that we kind of ran out of time for. I had a lot of fun doing this actually. So
we'll
make this a running gag.
We could make this a running gag. Hilarious joke from us. Yeah.
Good idea, Jay.
Very good idea, Jalian. Very good. We've got reviews coming up, just so everybody knows. Berserk is coming up in a couple weeks. So just, do your homework, everybody. We got to do what we got to do.
Cthulhu's coming.
We got to do what we got to do. Cthulhu has awoken. The Eldritch Horror is on its way. The Eldritch Horror, also known as Berserk 2016. Dun. But we have something coming up before that, which is actually next week. Homework, ladies and gentlemen. You are assigned chapters 1 through 23 of Dandadan. That's what we're reviewing next week.
Available on Shonen Jump.
Available on Shonen Jump.
Yep.
Or other places. Maybe you want to read the physical volume of it.
Physical
volumes
stop
is,
you. Yes. Yeah.
I'm not going to stop you. Go ahead. Read it.
Yeah, good art. I like covers.
Or don't. I mean, or wait for the review and find out whether you want to read it.
They're usually pretty spoiler free too. So we try to be as spoiler free as possible. So yeah, don't worry if you haven't read it.
Yeah.
This is your last week to vote for Listener's Choice as well. As we always say, vote everywhere you possibly can, because all of those votes will be tabulated into single votes. It makes sense.
There's a formula.
There's a formula. We have a way. There is a way.
It works.
It works. It's worked for the last many reviews that we've done.
3 years. We're coming up on 3 years, I think.
3 years. Oh my God. We're almost at 150 episodes as well.
Yeah, that's crazy.
3 years. 3 years, September 10th.
Yep.
Think about that, Jay. You and I starting this thing at my kitchen table. And now look at us. I got lights in my eyes blinding me.
Yeah. I'm blind.
Yeah.
Mike's here. Mike is
here.
present.
Yeah. Not a co-host.
You are a co-host.
Oh yeah. No longer a guest.
No longer a guest.
Yeah.
How time flies. Well, anyway, thank you so much for listening to another episode of AniPro. If you liked it, please leave a like, subscribe, leave a review, tell a friend about us. If you really like us, please consider supporting us on Patreon like these lovely people: Mr. Family Guy 36, Elijah Wood, Brain Dead B-Dog, Nina Tucker is best waifu, Peach, Frama, Kratost, Just Juzz, Mogmog, Free Rent's Feet, Antonio Bustos, and Uncle of Light. By supporting us on Patreon, you get access to all sorts of perks, and it really helps out the show. So Mike can go out and buy more Pokemon cards, because that's the important thing. We're also on social media at AniProPod. Please join us on our Discord community as well to keep up with us and other listeners. Links to everything is in the description or at our website, AniProPod.com. That's www.AniPro.com. Wait, AniProPod.com.
Getting distracting with my Pokemon cards.
Yeah. Jay.
Yeah.
I would like you to lead us in a round of goodbyes.
All right. And as we say at the end of every episode of AniPro, as always, and tell a friend, we love you.
Oh, what?
You got a friend in me.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. You got a friend in me.
Bye-bye.
Now we're copyright stricken.